And what I found out is that exactly there's really only one state where we can learn thoroughly, and that's when we feel safe. And that's probably, I don't know if that has so much to do with what's happening right now in the base that we are seeing with the AI, for instance, but just in general. It's been there for some time, of course. There's less time to learn things, and there's more pressure, whether it's about learning or whether it's just a performing. So how can we build that space where we can feel that we can learn? But what I would say I guess from a leadership perspective in general, I would say that be authentic. I believe very few people have the answers at this point in time, right? So maybe it's more about admitting that and not trying to be someone who accepts this, because I don't think a lot of people have those tools at this point in time. So maybe it's more like a co-creation, being very authentic about, hey, this is the situation where we are right now. Nobody really knows how it's going to be. Let's try to figure this out. And of course, not just we shouldn't give it direction, but sort of give them also the understanding that, hey, it's everyone is learning at the same time.
But this is part of the creating safety through honesty and relationship.
Absolutely, it is. Okay. It is. Again, I would sort of return to that. I guess you got to understand where people are, what their capabilities and what their capacities are, right? And of course, it also means that we need to set expectations. They got to be realistic, those expectations, but somehow they need to also reflect where those people are at. So I would say it's always about meeting the person where they are, and sort of starting to build from there. We are best at learning, or actually pretty much doing anything, I would say. Let's say we are best in feeling that we're in a flow when somehow we feel that it's safe what I'm doing, right? So how do we create that safety so that we can learn?
So the learning zone. So being in the learning zone, basically.
Being in the learning zone, exactly. Yes. Again, we can of course we can try to push things, but I would say that's probably not the best result at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So again, it is creating that space where there is safety enough to also make mistakes, give maybe suggestions. So I guess it's about that psychological safety, where we feel that we can speak up. That's a very good point, what you brought up earlier. Very often when we think about, this kind of thing, we talk about we need to be calm and we need to be, actually poised is a very good word to be. But what I would say capacity is more about not just being calm. It's not about necessarily being calm. In fact, sometimes calmness can be misleading. It actually could be that from a nervous system perspective, you're a little bit more like a frozen. Again, very difficult stage to learn anything, or certainly
the learning zone, not calm. It's in the learning zone.
Exactly, yes. Exactly. Yeah. So building capacity or having capacity, it's more about being able to be what is, which is sort of the way that I describe resilience as well. So it's not that we try to create that calmness all the time, but the capacity, the capability to be with that. So even when there is that pressure, we are still able to perform.